So Justin Edwards just got signed to an extension, and the question is, can the Sixers find another Justin Edwards this offseason? And it turns out Draft Twitter is loving one of the Sixers signings. So who is the best college player that went undrafted this year? Hunter Salace. People are responding. Many other draft experts were posting about him as well. And listen to this one. Hunter should have been drafted. Puzzling, solid shot creator and finisher who is very skilled offensively. Good playmaker for his teammates at Wake. And he's a quality defender at 6'5". That's a very good undrafted pickup by the Sixers. And I know what you're thinking. Another player that plays the position 2 and 3. But at least we got depth if someone gets injured, because my goodness, this dude is impressive. And I remember making a video before the draft about the 35th pick, and I was looking at his film, and I didn't mention him in the video because first off, he was a guard. I didn't think they needed that position. But also, I thought he was too good. I didn't think he would last to the 35th pick. Well, guess what? He went undrafted. I'm very impressed by his handles. I mean, look at this play. He splits the smallest gap in the world, looking like Shea Alexander on that play. Are you kidding me? And then he finishes with the weak hand like it's nothing. But also, this dude can fly in the sky. This is a go-to move for him, looking like Jimmy Butler with the rocker jab stepper Rooney and then quick burst of speed. And then at this point, you're thinking, oh, he's probably going to go for a contested layup. No, he rises well above the rim and slams it home. And because of his handle, he really gets where he wants to in the pick and roll on the court, and he plays at his own pace. And then you combo that with his finishing ability and his elevation. He shot 63% at the rim in his final college season. But also, with the rock in his hand, he's a threat to make a quick decision for his teammate. We must appreciate the handle once again. Left to right crossover, wicked speed, and then a perfect lob through traffic. And then how about this one? Going full speed downhill left, and he hits the behind the back like it's nothing, going the other way. Draw the big, pass that rock to the open teammate. As an offensive player with the ball in his hands, he's just very impressive. Now, the reason he probably wasn't drafted is because of his suspect three-point shooting. So his first season with Gonzaga, he shot 26% from three. The next year with the same team, 25%. Now, his first year with Wake Forest in 2023, he shot 5.4 three-pointers a game, a big jump from 1.2 at Gonzaga, and he shot 40.5%, but it seemed like it was kind of a fluke because his most recent season, he reverted back to 27% on 4.8 attempts per game. His shot is definitely a little funky. At times it looks really good, but then there's times where it's like, my goodness, this dude puts a lot of arc on his shot. I think in reality, he's probably around like a 33% shooter. Like if he has an opportunity from three, he's not going to shy away from it. It's kind of like Kelly Oubre. There's games where he's not going to be able to hit anything. But also there's going to be games where he's hot. I mean, he had 7 deep three-pointers. Now, this is my first time getting introduced to him, so don't quote me on this, but I assume one of the reasons why he shot better at Wake Forest from three is because he went from a 14 usage percentage to 24 and 27 in his 2 years there. It definitely seems like he's the type of player offensively where he needs the rock in his hands to get going. I think he would struggle in a role where he doesn't have a lot of freedom offensively and you just, kind of put him off ball and he's just standing there and watching. He definitely has potential as a great bench creator. He can run bench units and maybe even a secondary creator. And along with all this offense, defensively, he tries hard. He picks up full court and things of that nature. He definitely has a chance to be an NBA player. I think the obvious swing factor is how does that three-point shot develop? Because if it's there, he basically has it all offensively. And that would allow him to be more lethal off the ball because he's really strong at catching and attacking a closeout. He's very quick in that instance. But the problem is if he's shooting 27%, he's not going to draw many closeouts at the NBA level. He's definitely someone to keep an eye on in Summer League for sure. Let's go on to the taller players. We got a potential forward, a power forward, 6'10" Eigor from Tennessee. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I'm not going to try, but he had production, 13.3 points per game, 5.6 rebounds, 2.6 assists as well. So he did a little bit of everything. In his scouting report, it says he's a strong rebounder, also a very good passer for his position, and that three ball looks very, very nice. It really seems like he can do a little bit of everything. Now, in terms of weaknesses, it says consistency and adjusting to physicality. He's a streaky shooter and even streaky in his decision-making. Sometimes his passes lead to turnovers, and defensively, he got caught out of position in the pick and roll and picked on in terms of physicality. Next, we got St. Thomas. Yeah, that's literally his name. He's a high-scoring wing with good size, length, and strength. Does a lot of his scoring in the mid-range and has a lot of moves to get free for his shot, so he seems like a shot creator. Isn't a great run-and-jump athlete, but is crafty, strong, and has enough quickness. There's not a lot of information on him, so we're probably going to have to wait into the summer league to see what he's really capable of. By the way, he's 6'7.5". I forgot to mention that. Moving on to another power forward, 6'10", Jack Clark. Once again, just zero information on him. Now, they listed him as a wing, so it seems like he's more finesse than physicality. 9.7 points, 6.9 rebounds, 2 assists per game, while shooting 60.6 true shooting percentage for the Rams this season, stepping up in March to earn A10 tournament MVP honors. He really does have a nice-looking shot for his size. So there's one thing in common with all the players I've mentioned. They started at lower Division I levels, and they've been grinding ever since. Hunter Salace started at Zaga and then went to Wake Forest. He's probably the guy that most consistently stuck at the most prestigious levels. Eigor is from Croatia, and originally he had 0 offers, but then he cooked at a Nike hoop camp or some tournament, and he started getting calls. He went to Virginia to start off his college career, only played 16 games, only averaged 2 points, and then he went to Charlotte. In his second year there, he exploded, averaging 13 points per game. And then all of a sudden, he was a hot commodity, getting calls from pretty much every college. He ended up at Tennessee for a season and played pretty well for his role. Jack Clark started at LaSalle, went to NC State, went to Clemson, and then went back to the A10 to finish off his college career with VCU. St. Thomas started at Loyola Chicago, went to Northern Colorado, and then ended off his career in the Big Ten, USC, and played pretty well. So clearly these dudes are grinders, and they've been working very hard to get to this point. Out of the guys I mentioned, I'm most excited to watch Hunter and then Eigor. I think Eigor has a real chance at doing something with the Sixers because it's a position of need and he's very unique. And he's the exact archetype we need when he's playing at his best. So definitely keep an eye on him. Let me know your thoughts below in the comment section. That's all I got. Have yourself a great day and peace out.